Well, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, the leader of opposition now, has been pulled up by Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, and this time not for what he said, but what he did. So, this is what the Speaker of the Lok Sabha said. I expect from the leader of opposition that you should conduct yourself and behave in the House in accordance with the rules to be followed in the House as per the rules laid down in Rule 349 of the Lok Sabha procedure and conduct of business, which should be in accordance with the decorum and prestige of this House. So what really happened here? If I could take you through in a clip shared by the BJP, Rahul Gandhi is seen casually walking across the aisle mid-session. I'm going to take you through that visual here, where Rahul Gandhi seems to be casually walking across the aisle mid-session, turning to his sister Priyanka Gandhi and cupping her face affectionately. All this while party colleague Manikam Tagore was speaking. So that's exactly what Rahul Gandhi did, which the BJP says is violation of parliamentary decorum. Now that moment has now triggered a fresh political storm. Rahul Gandhi has responded saying the parliament functions in absolute undemocratic style anyway.
I don't know what is going on, because after he said that, I said, look, as LOP, let me speak. Let me say what he just ran away. So I don't understand what is going on. This is no way to run the house. जब भी मैं खड़ा होता हूँ, मुझे बोलने नहीं दिया जाता है, ठीक है? तो पता नहीं मतलब ये किस प्रकार से हाउस चल रहा है, जहाँ डेमोक्रेसी में ऑपोजिशन की जगह होती है और सरकार की जगह होती है, यहाँ पे ऑपोजिशन की जगह है ही नहीं.
Well, this isn't the first time that Rahul Gandhi's conduct inside the House has raised eyebrows, be it his attire, him using his phone during the President's address, and now his mid-session display of affection. Now, they are brother and sister. We know the kind of love and affection that they share as family, but it seems like it's a violation of the parliamentary conduct. So, Rahul seems to be an offender in many ways here. Now, here's the real question. If that section and that rule was so stern, there are several violations that have happened within the parliament. So is this really moral policing that the parliament is doing, or are there real strict codified rules and law that shape MPs' behavior within parliament premises? Well, let me have a look with our constitutional expert into what exactly that rule specifies. PDT Acharya, former Secretary General of the Lok Sabha, joining me live. Thanks very much, sir. We also have Smita Mishra, senior journalist, who's covered very closely the parliament for years. Sir, my first question to you, does Rule 349 leave too much to interpretation? Is there room for interpretation, or can personal gestures, if not disruptive, like the one Rahul Gandhi shared with Priyanka Gandhi, still be deemed as violatory?
Look, this Rule 349 is an umbrella rule. No, it contains so many things. The members should not laugh in the house or in the lobby. Members should not walk in with the walking stick inside the house. They should not raise slogans and so on and so forth. There are so many sub-rules under this rule. But this rule nowhere mentions about public display of affection in the house. But the point is not that. The point is, even if such a thing is not mentioned in this 349, see, the point is public display of affection, whether it is actually permissible or not. But before you look into that question, actually what happened, if you go by the speaker's observations yesterday, speaker nowhere mentions what has actually prompted him to come out with this observation. What is the context? And we have been left none the wiser after listening to the observation made by the Honorable Speaker. Suddenly he made that statement, and he has not mentioned about the particular context.
We hear some of the BJP leaders complain. Of course, this is source information, but this is what may have triggered the speaker to warn him.
But we are making guesses, actually.
Yeah.
Speaker's statement doesn't contain or doesn't reveal the context in which he made these observations. Otherwise, so far as these observations are concerned, there is nothing wrong about them because these are all very kind of pious declarations kind of thing. Naturally, all the members in the house are required to adhere to certain norms of behavior, and they should conduct themselves in the house in accordance with the rules and also conventions. Apart from the rules, there are conventions also. So all these things are known to everyone. So where was the occasion for the Honorable Speaker to make a specific reference to these rules in the House? So the context was not very clear. Later on, of course, we make kind of a guess that this might be, and then this video clip also has been shown. So from that, we deduce that perhaps the Honorable Speaker had this in mind. But so far as the Speaker's uh, uh, observation in the House is concerned, normally Speaker makes an observation in the House when someone gives a notice to the Honorable Speaker complaining about something, and then the Speaker, if he is convinced about that, naturally he will make a reference to that in the House, and he can make a suitable observation. The Honorable Speaker, is in control of the House, is in charge of the House, and he controls the proceedings, and he has all the right, all the powers. The Constitution has vested all the powers in the Speaker to conduct the proceedings in accordance with the rules and the Constitution. So there is no doubt about that. But the
If I could
point is,
interrupt you,
when a
and as
notice is
I'm,
given,
yeah, as I just come to the crux of the situation here with the gesture that he's made to his sister, but she's a parliamentarian herself. Is this a violation? Could he be pulled up for something like this? How grave is this?
see, I would like to make it very clear. I have already mentioned that this is not a part of the Rule 349. It is
Okay.
nowhere mentioned in that rule. Okay, but be that as it may, the point is whether there can be a public display of affection in the house. But I must say that, in the house, there are no sisters and brothers, or father or daughter or anything. They are all honorable members of the house. They have been elected by the people from different constituencies, and they are there as members of parliament, not as brother or sister or father or daughter or things like that. And therefore, uh, a public display of affection, um, perhaps that is not the way the members should conduct themselves in the house, although it is
Appropriate.
not mentioned in the
This is
rules.
inappropriate. In as many words you say, it is inappropriate in
Yeah,
parliamentary decorum.
so that should be avoided. That could
Okay.
be avoided.
Right.
And uh, we have never had. I spent 40 years in Parliament. We have never come across such an instance. There were husband and wife as members in the House, um, you know, uh, but there was no occasion for anyone, or the Speaker, to make such a remark about the behavior of a particular member. So that is the
The
point which
first
I wanted to
for Rahul
mention
Gandhi.
in the
Rahul Gandhi has made this a first for himself and in the parliament itself in history, as per PTD Acharya. But thank you very much, sir. Really appreciate your time. A quick word from the journalist who's covered the parliament for years. Ma'am, you've watched the house up close. Smita Mishra. Rahul Gandhi here. Could you say if this is violatory, or is Rahul Gandhi being singled out, and singled out more often than not? Or do we see same scrutiny applied across party lines when it comes to conduct?
Well, what happens because Mr. Rahul Gandhi being Rahul Gandhi and his party trying to make a big noise about everything, it becomes a big headline. But let me tell you that MPs get rebuked for their conduct all the time from the chair whenever they do something which is not in accordance with the decorum of the house. Now, here in this case, as Mr. Chari, whom I have occasion to follow for years, he pointed out the speaker did not mention any names. And it was only after the JP released video that people were able to realize that perhaps this was the moment, the occasion about which the speaker may have spoken. However, the speaker did say there have been mother and daughter, father and son, husband and wife in the same house on various occasions. But this is not way. So there was a hint over there that it must be this occasion. Now, what the Congress party is trying to do, Nabila, is they are trying to turn it onto a question of family affection and try to, bring in RSS and the Prime Minister's family background that's setting to it and saying that do not value family affection. This has nothing to do with that family affection. It is not about that. That point of time, you may belong to the same family, but you are representing constituencies and you are there as honorable members of parliament, and that must reflect in your behavior. And I'm sorry to say, but for Mr. Rahul Gandhi, there is a tinge of there a hint from his side often that he doesn't quite keep up with the norms and conduct of the
Okay.
parliamentary
All right. So
conduct.
we've heard you loud and
Remember the
clear,
way
and
he
we've
jumped and the prime minister on one
yeah,
occasion.
yeah.
He got a Shiva image, Shiva picture, tried to. So I think these things have been taken note of.
Okay.
And the speaker, let us remember, Nabila, the speaker hasn't given a ruling or taken disciplinary action. It is a kind of an advisory
Warning.
that members must realize the
All right. So
gravity
we're really going to
there.
see, Smrita Mishra, what
Yes.
Rahul Gandhi says in response to that. But as I'm short on time, I thank you very much for joining us on this.
Thank you.